So this has even evolved, but if a campaign hires me now, we will start with branding. So what does the logo look like? What is their visual brand? And we have a team. One of the benefits of being in Austin is there's a whole lot of creative talent. So I've got I think I have 19 people at my company now. Half of them are creative folks, so graphic designers, video editors, web developers. And that creative aspect is so important because everything is so visual now online. So we will start with the brand, then we'll build the website, and that has even changed. Folks used to charge $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for websites when people had no idea how much websites should cost, and that price has come way, way, way down over the past few years. So we will build the website normally either on WordPress or a new database system called Nation Builder, which we're actually using for Senator McConnell's campaign in Kentucky. And Nation Builder, we're also using them for Ryan Sitton's race, and we use them for Don Huffline's race in Dallas. So we will build the website, and then starting there, as soon as someone announces, we will be ready. Because in terms of online traffic, the day someone announces, when they get all of that earned media, that is one of the biggest online days. And Google likes to talk about what they say is a 3-screen approach to communications, that your average voter is sitting on their sofa and they're watching TV. They're watching Dancing with the Stars or their local news. That's screen 1. They have their laptop in their lap. That's screen 2. And then they have their cell phone plugged into their laptop looking at Facebook, and that is screen 3. So I mostly do screen 2 and screen 3. So how do I communicate when someone announces for office on screens 2 and screens 3 when someone is seeing on local news that Dan Patrick just announced for Lieutenant Governor? Well, the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to type into Google search or Bing and Yahoo search, who is Dan Patrick? What does Dan Patrick stand for? And that's when I have to be there with my messages, with search ads, with a website, with a proactive Facebook ad to actually go out and reach those people and bring them into our fold.
In a lot of ways, that's a fundamental change, right?
Well, look, I mean, every single year that goes by, more and more people are going to the internet as their primary source of political news and information. Absolutely. Every year, the number of people on Facebook goes up. There's 14.6 million people in Texas as of this morning before I walked in here that are 18 plus on Facebook. That's a lot of people. And they're spending online and on their cell phones a lot of time on Facebook, sitting in newsfeed, communicating with their friends and their families. But the thing is that people aren't online to talk to Dan Patrick, right? People are online to see the drama in their friends' lives, to see who broke up with who got married. And it's my job to insert Dan Patrick into that conversation. And people don't have the attention spans online too, because they can simply click out of most of the ads that I run them. And it's actually really interesting when you really dig into the numbers online, let's say of taking a television ad and forcing that television ad on someone online. I can see the exact second that people of a 30-second ad jump off of that ad. People don't watch all of 30-second ads online. People don't want their online advertising content to be longer than 15 seconds. So really the entire media scape of a campaign has changed. The model of just doing these 30-second ads and shoving them on television, on Fox News, or running a little bit of broadcast too, that just doesn't work anymore. And I would say that really it was Senator Cruz's race, because when I first moved to Texas, people said, if you aren't rich, if you don't have the establishment help in Austin, you cannot win a Republican primary. And it costs over $1 million a week to be up on TV statewide here in Texas. So how do you get that money? Well, you get that money now online too. And Senator Cruz raised $2.7 million online. That's a lot of money. So yeah, I mean, this has all changed and it all keeps changing.